And now let's delve deeper into China's Spring Festival consumption, the numbers and the trends. For that, let's bring in Mr. Liu Zhiqin, Senior Fellow at Renmin University's Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies. Mr. Liu, happy holiday to you. And first of all, let's start with the new trends in holiday consumption that have emerged during this year's Spring Festival. What have you been observed?
I think I'm very deeply about this festival, especially in this year, because we know that the Spring Festival in this year is very different from the other years. First, I think we don't need to talk too much about the size or the number of the payment or the expenditure, but also we should pay great attention to the specialized features of this festival. For instance, whether there is a high quality festival. I think so, yes, because as we know that China is promoting a high quality development and China's modernization should be closely linked with the high quality. So we can see that this festival is really managed and operated with a very high quality operation. We can see that almost 500 million people mobilizing all over the country. No other country in the world that can manage such big event. That shows that the overall capability and the management levels and the whole efforts of the whole country that to manage all the whole things. So this is a very important factor to show that to the world that how China is capable to handle such a mobilizing event. And secondly, all the organizations and the provinces and locations can well manage it and closely linked with each other, with the high-speed railway, with the aircraft, and also with the self-drivers. Where they ever to go, that they can well be received and accommodated. So doing this way, that we can see that the whole country played as a big family gathering. So it's a very, very impressive for not only for the Chinese tourists, but also for many foreigners, because I have many foreign visitors from Europe countries. They came to China that after 3 years pandemic, they say that they were so surprising that China has made so great progress, especially in the managing of such a mobilizing huge population. This is showed another different sections of China's picture. We see this festival is not only for tourists, for catering, not for drinking, for eating, but also combined with the scientific, with the AI, with the smart. This is a very good classroom for popularizing of the smart technology. This is really very well performed and also a very good show to the rest of the world.
Yeah, you're right. Infrastructure and wealth management is really the foundation. But how would you assess, the effectiveness of those incentive policies that were put in place recently to either boost consumption or to facilitate travel and tourism? Would you say that they have been, quite as effective as had expected, or that this momentum would continue for longer?
That's true. Yeah, I think in the long term that China will develop its infrastructure with management and also increasing the people's demand for a better life, for high quality life. In this way, all these facilities and the management, especially for with the local economic development combined together, this can be really a very good driving forces. I say that the traveling and the tourists is also very important productive forces for China's development, especially when we see that how much we have got the expenditure of this 8 years only from boxing. It's already 8 billion renminbi. That is $1 billion US. So this is unbelievable for many foreign countries. That's why that the many foreign countries, especially for tourist organizations in European countries, so envy that China has a very good market and potential. That shows that our economic resilience and also for a potential development in the future. So as I know that many countries now try to have close cooperation with Chinese partnership that in order to increase their economic development by increasing their tourist exchanges, because with no we know that some European countries are still very small. The population, 8 million or 9 million people, that they wish to have more tourist boosting that their own local development. So in this way, that China has a really very good potential, and also indicated that China has well done that in this section. And we hope that in the near future, China's travelers can have more chances to go to everywhere or all the places that they wish to go, and to make a contribution to the local government and to local economy.
Great insights. Thank you very much, Mr. Liu Zhiqin. Please do stay with us for further discussions on some latest economic numbers. Well, first of all, on Sunday, China's foreign exchange regulator said that the country's current account surplus stood at $264 billion in 2023. Now that was around 1.5% of its GDP. And additionally, China recorded $608 billion worth of goods trade surplus last year. That's the second highest on record. And on the investment front, China has witnessed a net inflow of $62 billion in overseas investment in the country's securities market, with a notable surge in the fourth quarter of 2023. Now, Mr. Liu Zhiqin, we would like to pick your mind on those numbers. Basically, that was taking a look at China's, balance sheet in year 2023. What is your view on those numbers, and what indication does it give in terms of China's economic engagement with the world?
Yeah, when we're talking about this, the international balance of payment, we should focus on two figures majorly. First figure is whether the current account situation. The picture of our current account is very positive. As you mentioned already, that the current account in China has a surplus for $264 billion US. And compared to the GDP is 1.5%. This is a very reasonable and a very positive signal, and shows that the good performance of our economic general picture. And the second is the other thing, that the cross-border, the capital flow is rather stable. Yes, we show that from the figures that it is very stable, because the net inflow, the foreign investment in China is very positive. It's still higher than expected. So from these two figures, we can show that this China's macro economic is well developing in a positive way. And the other things we should pay attention that from the current account, the supplies is good, but we still have some, for instance, the deficit for the service industry. For service industry, we have some deficit, but still we can have a good room and many tools that to coverage of this uncertainties and the challenges we are facing because of the some foreign companies or foreign countries, they're decoupling from China's economic connections that make some service industry in somewhat difficulties. That's why we have some deficit payment. But still, from the balance as a general picture, we show that a good resilience of our economic development, especially for other point, we should pay great attention that the foreign companies are trying to have more investment in China's securities, as you mentioned. The share equity investment is getting increased also. That's quite possible. That shows that the confidence remains quite high for foreign investors. So at the moment, we can see the current account supply is very positive. This is still shows that the basic confidence of the economic development, because our export volume and import volume is almost in good balance, in good shape. So by doing so, that China's development in the economic side will be very healthy and sustainable. But it depends on our future monetary policy, whether still with prudent and a little bit aggressive.
Well, we'll wait and see. Thank you so much for your insights, Mr. Liu Zhiqin, Senior Fellow at Renmin University Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies.